Hello everybody, Helcrex here, and welcome to another Mercenary Thoughts from the Inner Sphere, episode 431. And today we're back into the Protomechs. We're going to be talking about the 3-ton Siren, the little bugger that, supersized battle armor, basically. So we're going to be talking about its capabilities, annoyances, that type of thing. Yeah. Alright, so just to reiterate, when you do a Protomechs, they come in groups of 5, a point of them, so it's like a large supersized battle armor point, so that's the way you gotta look at it. But you can mix and match which ones you want to bring into the mix. You can go super big or super small. It's just however you want to come. It's like 2 to 9 tons of battle armor per. Alright, so today the Siren. Alright, now it is 3 tons. The Protomech version number 1, Siren number 1, is a 10-15 moving little guy. So yeah, they move pretty fast. It's like having a little speed demon running around on the battlefield with a little guy in it. You know, and they're pretty. Well, they're what 12, 4 to roughly between 4 or 5 meters tall. So 12 to 15 feet tall. So when you think it in the grand scheme of things. If you're looking at the rules for, let's say woods, you know, typically they go in 1 and 2, which really it's kind of a mix-up when it comes to terrain. But, yeah, they'll disappear into that pretty quickly. And they got the movement to get around pretty fast on the battlefield. So a 10-15 moving little Protomech. It does have 2 weapon systems on board. It has 2 light machine guns, one in the left arm, one in the right arm, that shoot out to 6, do 1 point of damage. And roughly plenty of ammo to pretty much go the whole course of the game before they get obliterated. And come in at a battle value of 86. So you have something that moves pretty fast that can get around the battlefield just as fast as your light mechs and carries around basically anti-infantry style weapons. So if you're running against, let's say, Inner Sphere where you got a lot of conventional infantry or vehicles, this might be something to take with you to cause issues. You know, because when you move a point of proto armor or Protomechs, they all 5 move at the same time. So you pick your target. It's like, we're going to go over here and pick on, let's say, said vehicle. They'll go over there and shoot 10 shots at it and do some plinky damage to it, which isn't going to be a lot. But the whole main thing with these little guys, if you took a point of them, it's what, 430 points? Yeah, 430. 86, yeah, 430. So not bad when it comes to when you look at how much speed they have, battle value. It's like taking a very substandard light mech, but it has a lot of different body parts. So it's going to take a lot of damage to take them out. Yeah, you can maybe take one out a turn with a single mech, unless they're like a medium or heavy or assault, you know, then they could spread the damage out a little bit to different ones, but you got to target them separately. So that comes with a different issue too. And then obviously if you roll a 3 or a 11, well, you missed, unless you're throwing artillery at them or area effect weapons, which then you're just tearing them up. But spread out, that's the big goal with these guys. But when you got a speed it's 10-15, you can get in behind individuals pretty quickly with them. Yeah, they're not doing a lot of damage. It's more of a nuisance, annoyance type of platform. But yeah, there's nothing said that they can't take out other mechs and stuff eventually. Yeah, but you really, with this version, you're not reliant on them to be taking things out. So really, this design, this one here, the Protomech number 1 or Siren number 1, yeah, it's geared towards anti-infantry and light armor operations where you go after those things. Keep them occupied, mow them down, that type of thing. So if you got mechs running around the board, somebody might shoot at them, but they'll most likely look at them and go, huh, well, you're a problem for my infantry, but you're not really too big of a problem for my mechs. Yeah, they're going to be doing plinky damage. You get too close, but if you allow them to get close, you can probably take them down. Now, if you're a clan on clan action, I think these were put together by, was it the Ghost Bears or Smoke Jaguars? Okay, it was one of those. Yeah, Smoke Jaguars. This is their Protomech, their design. So basically, you're looking at something that is occupying somebody. But if you, let's say you are Ghost Bears and you got some mechs with some pulse lasers, yeah, you can probably tear them up pretty quickly. It's like, yep, I'm going to throw a heavy pulse laser at that one, a large pulse laser at that one, and then just like tear them apart because you hit, and it doesn't take much to take out these lighter versions. You know, they don't have a lot of armor to begin with. You just punch right on through the other side type of deal. Unless you hit them in the torso, then they're just kind of like, oh, we took some damage. Then second or third hit will probably take them out. So kind of focus them down, that type of deal. Now, the second version, the Siren number 2. All right, this one is got the standard machine gun in the right arm and left arm. Still a 10-15. Comes in at 86 points. So same, a point to them, a 5 would be 430 points. So they carry the standard machine gun, shoots out to 3. You got plenty of ammo to go with those to play with. Now, the big thing with them is that the machine guns are going to do a little bit more heavy work against infantry. So this is even geared more towards anti-infantry. Yeah, they do 2 points of damage, but they only go out to 3. You do have the speed that can get in there and cause havoc up close. So in the grand scheme of things, yeah, if you can get them close to vehicles or infantry, yeah, they're tearing them up. But infantry, in this case, will be able to shoot back at them and actually probably maybe do some damage against them because they have to get in close. So the infantry are able to shoot back and probably do some damage to them and maybe even start taking them down. So it's like a couple of platoons might be able to focus one down. But that comes at the cost of being mowed to pieces, by those machine guns. So it's like give and take type of thing. But the infantry you can probably take, 2-3 infantry platoons for the cost of one Siren. Yeah, so yeah, it's one of those things where it's one or the other type of deal. Who's going to win in that battle? But your infantry, if you're playing combined arms, are going to be backed up by vehicles and some mechs. So it's not necessarily going to be a sure thing. So yeah, that's the job of the mechs and the vehicles, to keep those Protomechs at bay, that type of thing. So the infantry can sit on the objectives and call down artillery, which works really good for taking out Protomechs. So there's things that you have to do. As I said in one of the comments I made last week was, nuke them from orbit. That's the only way to be sure to take out Protomechs. Yeah, lots of artillery. So, yeah, the Siren 2, it has its strength and weaknesses. All right, so now we're moving on to Siren 3. All right, this one's a little different. This one's an 812, so still fast. 812 is nothing to sneeze about. That's your typical movement speed of most light mechs, 7 or 11 or 812. Yeah, we still have one major drawback with all these. They don't have any jump capability. So they're running around on the ground. But they do have an SRM-1 and an SRM-1 both in the right and left arm with enough ammo to go the course of the game. Now, the battle value is a little more expensive. They come in at 120 with these. You got the two SRMs, shoot to 9, do 2 points damage for the SRM-1, so a one-shot thing, but it's a lot better than the battle armor, your typical bog standard battle armor, which has your 2 shots with your SRMs and the shoulder packs. So in this case, you have something that will work really good in conjunction with your standard battle armor. Be able to shoot out to 9. Give them the same type of Overwatch, but with some good speed. And the capability of staying shooting for a lot longer than the SRM packs you have on the standard battle armor. So, yeah, I like them. These are a little better. Still got the same issue of being, it's like a Protomech, a 3-tonner, a couple good shots, and it's gone. It becomes an incandescent warrior. But that's the same thing to be said about your standard battle armor. It's like 2 shots on with a typical good weapon system, and they're gone. Like 2 ER medium lasers, clan ER medium lasers will take out a standard battle armor. And most likely, if you hit the same spot, like the center torso, or the torso in this case, of a Protomech with 2 ER medium lasers, it's gone. It comes another incandescent warrior. But you hope that the speed, that 812 movement, will give them that 4 mod to be able to just move around and stay alive a little bit longer. Not to mention that it's a smaller target too. So there's a few bonuses to running Protomechs. Not that I'm a big Protomech fan. My experience with Protomechs are pretty negative, because I was on the receiving end of these things. A bunch of rocks. Now I remember it was rocks with their ER medium lasers. Ugh, yuck. All right, so that is the Siren 3. Useful. All right. Then the Siren 4. All right, this one, it has an ER micro laser. It's a 10, 15, 20, so it has mask, so it can haul around pretty quickly. Now you have a system that will get right on the ground. It will get that 5 mod right off the bat. If you can get that 20 movement, you can get in behind somebody real quick. And you just take a whole point of these things, and they come in at 88 battle value. So, yeah, that's, 460 points? If you took 5 of these as part of your point. That ER micro laser shoots out to 4, does 2 points of damage. So you could theoretically mask forward and get all 5 of them behind some mech, and then shoot into their lighter back armor. And then if you had some other Protomechs that are with the bigger guns on them, could run around and focus on, said, flank or something, and then focus down. Do some good damage while you're running around with some other mechs on board, on the board someplace. They got some bigger guns too that might attract attention. And these things would become a real big annoyance with those ER micro lasers. So there's also one thing I'd think about. It's like, if you didn't have the ER micro laser and instead went with let's say the version with, say, a machine gun and a SRM, maybe SRM-1, that might be an interesting combo too. Because the one thing is that when you put on energy weapons on board, you have to put enough heat sinks on board the Protomech to be able to handle the heat that comes with this thing. So it's one thing or the other. And there's a high energy cost when it comes to energy drain. If you ever looked at how you build these things, yeah, energy weapons do some good damage, but they come at the cost of what you're sucking away from the platform. All right, so that's the Siren 4. I could really see these being useful in conjunction with maybe the Siren 3. So, yeah. Even if running around with the Siren 1 with the light machine guns, doing a lot of plink damage. So working in conjunction together, getting around, you could just harass a medium or light mech pretty quickly. You got the speed to keep up with them, and it's a lot of moving targets they have to deal with. All right, so that's the Siren 4. Then we got the Siren 5. All right, okay, this one is the interesting one. It's an 812, still got some good speed with it, 3 tons. This one has an AP Gauss rifle in the torso. Shoots out to 9, does 3 points of damage. Has 40 shots to go with it. So, yeah, stay in the game forever and a day, and it comes in 105 battle value. So 5 of them, it's 525 points. So roughly getting into the point value of a lot of inner sphere light mechs. But you have something that's able, you run 5 of these, they could probably take down a inner sphere light mech pretty quickly. Just probably take about 3-4 turns, but they could do it themselves. And the return damage of said light mech may not be good enough to really whittle them down pretty quickly. You might be able to get some good lucky shots on one of them and take one down in 2 turns, but typically an inner sphere light mech will have issues. The only one that would really caught, let's say, well, I guess you even went off against let's say a spider, has the mobility to keep out of the way of these mechs. Yes, they're both 812, but it's 812-8, so I could see the spider getting in behind objects and getting away for a turn to cool off and stuff. Well, it has the potential of taking one down in one shot. Heats up, jumps away, cool off type of deal. But yeah, this one, the Siren 5, could be very useful. Once again, in conjunction with the other version of the Siren 4, which has the 10, 15, 20 bracketed, with the mask. Work in conjunction with those. That could be an interesting combination for getting around. So, yeah. And I think that's the Siren. Yep, that's all the Sirens. Now, let's see here. I did look at making one. This one here, the Siren that I made is called the Siren 6. Has an LRM 5 or an LRM 1 in one arm and a light machine gun in the other. So the light machine gun's job is to take care of anti-personnel work, just like the standard Siren 1. This is basically a Siren 1 that I kind of converted. And then you put an LRM 1 on the other arm, which 12 shots, and you have some decent range. Yeah, they're only doing 1 point of damage per, but you got something that will do 1 point of damage out to 21. So it's like having an LRM 1 for hitting. You just hit, okay, that's how much damage it's going to do. And against light mechs or even other protomechs, it could cause issues for them. So you have to look at, what are your targets? Now, even against vehicles, something like this one would be really good against vehicles. Yeah, you're doing 1 point of damage, but if you get enough 1 point shots and their motive hits and you whittle that vehicle down to its movement is like a 1-2 or even becomes mobility killed, so it can't move anymore, so it's just a pillbox. Then it's like, okay, we took care of that one. And then we move on to the next vehicle with your little point. And then when you get in closer, you can use the machine guns on them. Or if there's any infantry to have to deal with. So, yeah, it's a design that is to take care of vehicles or cause some harassment damage to mechs. But against vehicles, it works the best because then you're looking at something that slows other ones down. So if you have some mechs on the board, they can turn around and say, oh, that's an easy target. That guy's not got zero movement mods, so he's just going to become an easy kill of the day type of thing for the big guys with the big guns. They can tear it to pieces. So these little guys run up, cause issues, and then move on. It's like hit and run tactics. You don't get them engaged at up close and personal. You just wait until later in the game where you can start running in with the light machine guns if you have to worry about it. So that's pretty much it. That is the Siren. Not a bad little mech. Protomech, that is. So hope you guys like it. Like and subscribe, share with your friends, and we'll see you in the next one. Elk Rex out.